And 1 year ago, on October 7th, Hamas launched the biggest ever terror attack on Israel. The Palestinian organization stormed through the security fence separating Gaza and Israel and killed over 1,000 people, wounded nearly 7,500, and took at least 250 people hostage. 1 year later, as people around the world pay tribute to those killed in the attack and stand with those still in captivity, we look back at the darkest day in Israel's history that shook the region and the world.
At dawn on October 7th, 2023, Israel woke up to a nightmare. The sky, usually quiet in the early morning, exploded with sirens, blaring warnings of an unimaginable assault. Then the rockets came, thousands of them in just minutes. Cities across Israel were under siege. This was no ordinary bombardment. As the rockets rained down, something far worse was happening on the ground. In the chaos, Hamas fighters had breached the heavily guarded Gaza-Israel border. They arrived with precision, on motorcycle, in trucks, by sea, and even from the sky. In Sderot, a town just 1 kilometer from Gaza, Hamas fighters roamed the streets, gunning down civilians without hesitation. Then, further along the border, in the kibbutzim that had once been symbols of peace, the horror was even more profound. In Be'eri, families were dragged from their homes, helpless against the violence that had come to their doorstep. Children, parents, neighbors, none were spared.
Suddenly at 6, I heard a siren. Explosions. I checked on the internet and I saw there is a terrorist infiltration. You can see in the background their bodies. I went out, I saw loads of bodies of terrorists, civilians, cars shot up, sea of bodies inside Sderot, along the road, other places, loads of bodies. It is sad, it is tragic. We are at war. I don't know when it will all end.
And then, in the heart of this chaos, came one of the most shocking massacres of the day. At a music festival near Reim, where thousands had gathered to celebrate life, the joy quickly turned to terror. Rockets fell and the crowd scattered in panic. But there was no escape. Hamas commandos arrived by road and air, hunting down festival goers as they ran through the open fields, and more than 360 were killed.
Such cruelty. I don't think there's an animal on the face of the earth or a person who can be so. War between soldiers. But girls? Abusing the bodies of girls, children, families?
I can't find him and I don't know what to do. If he's not on the list, I keep following the names on the list all day, everywhere, every time. There's another person who's dead and he's not there. So does that mean we're going to find him? It's impossible that we won't find him. And on the other hand, they send us more videos to see who's been kidnapped, how many, why, something, I don't know. It's scary not knowing anything.
As the hours passed, the Israeli military fought desperately to regain control. And shortly after 9 a.m., Defense Minister Yoav Gallant declared,
Hamas made a grave mistake this morning. It started a war against the State of Israel. The State of Israel will win this war.
And by midday, Israel retaliated. launching airstrikes on Gaza in a show of force, flattening buildings and sending shockwaves through the entire region.
What happened to us is complete destruction. We are Al-Bawab family and there were 150 people at this building, including my uncles, my sisters, families of my uncles, my 5 brothers whose houses were destroyed. It is not suitable to stay in now. They are residing with our relatives, our friends and beloved ones.
They bombed us suddenly without any warning. We suddenly felt that everything has fallen on us. We were shocked, and the people who they pulled out were dead or injured. But thank God my children are martyred. My son Asef and Hassan are missing, and Shaima and her children died.
As the clock ticked closer to noon, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the nation by a video.
Citizens of Israel, we are at war, not in an operation or in rounds, but at war. This morning, Hamas launched a murderous surprise attack against the state of Israel and its citizens. We have been in this since the early morning hours.
The Prime Minister said that Hamas would pay an unprecedented price. He added, "We are at war and we will win." The narrative of "we will win" quickly caught on. And a year later, Prime Minister Netanyahu continues to remain adamant. Day after day, Israel proved to Hamas that what they gave will be returned, and without a doubt, it will be a tad harsher. So, as Israel shifts attention more towards southern Lebanon and northern Israel, following nearly 1 year of war in Gaza, the darkest day in Israel's history proved that even the strongest can fall when least expected.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election, explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.